Good afternoon and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here today with Nigel and Rich, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is Nigel's ability to understand and respond to his formal on-leash obedience commands, the correction and the motivation that we give the dogs when we're working with them, and the training equipment that we're using. Rich is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and he keeps the bulk of that leash folded neatly in his right hand. That leaves his left hand free to give any correction that's needed, and the only correction that we give is a tug and release on the training collar, and that is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Nigel has been fitted with his very own training equipment, and you're going to be taught how to use that properly during your follow-up training session with him. Now, he is sitting very nicely at Rich's left, which is where all of our obedience training is done, and the first exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is heeling. Heeling is proper leash walking without pulling you or dragging you. The command is Nigel, heel. At this point, Nigel's job is to pay attention to his trainer, not to forge ahead, not to drag you, not to drop his head on the ground, but to walk nicely at your pace. If you turn, he should turn. And you can see that he's been getting a lot of confidence building, that he's very confident, that his tail is up, that he's not being shy or nervous, and that he's looking up at Rich for direction. So this is your basic heel command. I think he's looking for squirrels, actually. And when Rich stops, he's been taught to sit again automatically without being told to wait for his next command. And the next command that we're going to demonstrate for you is the sit stay. The stay is a hand and a voice command, and because it is a stationary exercise, it is a one-word command. Your sit stay should be practiced indoors as well as outdoors. It helps to develop his self-control and his self-confidence. When Rich returns back to him, he's going to walk all the way around him, and the dog should remain seated until Rich gets back to heel position. And that's hard for a dog that is not that easily, doesn't easily trust people. For you to walk behind him can take us actually days just to teach that. Rich talks to him to keep the dog focused on him versus everything that's going on around him, so that he's paying attention to you when you're walking with him. And sometimes just something as simple as just a good boy or good heel will help you keep him focused. Rich leaves him in another sit stay. It's windy out here. I don't know what he's looking at. And practice your sit stays right indoors, 1 minute working up to 3. This time, instead of returning back to him, Rich is going to call him. This is your recall or your come on command, and he is to come and sit right in front of you facing your knees, and then he goes back to heel and back sitting. We do have a pretty healthy squirrel population around here, so I think in the past, they don't seem to be out right now, but he's looking for them. Nice automatic sit.
Stay.
Rich leaves him in another sit stay, and you definitely want to practice this indoors and outdoors. Rich calls him in, he comes right in and sits. So that eliminates him jumping on people when he greets them. He goes back to heel and back sitting. Very nice. And we're going to have a whole packet of information for you when he leaves that you can pass on to any forever family that he gets. And also remember to send them a link to his video. Now, the next command that we're going to be demonstrating for you is the down from a heel position. So with the dog seated at your left, you use your left open palm, you push it straight down toward the ground and use the one-word command to down and stay. Now he's sniffing, And that's really not correct, so that's what Rich is correcting him for. Not that he's gotten up, but because his head's not supposed to be on the ground. When Rich returns back to him, again, he walks all the way around him. You can give him another stay command, but he allows Rich to get all the way back to where they started, and everything starts and stops at heel position. So every time that you go back to his shoulders, he expects to get another command. And they're going to demonstrate that down from a heel position again for you.
Down, stay.
Rich leaves him in a down stay. Now your down stay is going to be up to 5 minutes when you're working at home. And there's a lot more distraction outside with smells and squirrels. Sometimes working inside, you can get a little bit more out of them, but this gives us more room. Rich calls him out of that. He comes in and sits, and then he goes back to heel. Now the next command that we're going to demonstrate for you is a little bit harder command, and that is your down from a distance. And because Nigel sometimes has some insecurities, Rich leaves him in a sit-stay. He turns to face him. Now with this command, you're going to use your right hand to give the command.
Down, stay.
And don't let him get over on you, because he knows these things, and he's not a stupid dog, so he knows what he can get away with. So he behaves differently for every trainer that puts their hands on him, and Rich tends to be buddies to a lot of these guys. So he's done a beautiful job of demonstrating his healing, his automatic sits, his sit-stay, his calm, his down from a heel and down from a distance. Any other questions that you have regarding him, we'll chat about when you come to get him on Saturday. We want to thank you for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company, and we will see you soon.